guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, first off, thank you to all my new subscribers for subscribing. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing. As always, thank you to all of my subscribers, especially ones that have been here since the beginning. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting and talking to me on my last video. I love it. I love interacting with you guys. So keep the comments coming, and let's have fun with it. So anyway, sir, look, I've been in this room for the past 45 minutes dilly-dallying around, and I was like, I'm gonna do a video, but it just taking my sweet time doing my makeup, and I didn't know this cat was in here. And then as soon as I shut the door and turn on the camera, he comes creeping out. You better not hit my lights. He likes to smack the light stands. You're so rotten. We're so rotten. We say hi. We say hi. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, aren't his eyes so pretty? He's such a meatball. Anyway, I got sidetracked. So, anyway, thank you to everybody. So anyway, I've had a really rough week. So, I'm ready to sit down and play with some makeup. It's taken me some time to get here. I've had a crazy week. My plan is to sit down on Mondays and do a video when I get home from the doo-doo job. If you don't know, I've been working this new job, and we shall call it the doo-doo job. It's awful. It's 3 days a week. It's and then I have another job that I do 2 other days a week, so I love that job. Anyway, it's a really long story. We don't need to get into it right now. But anyway, Monday, I get off the doo-doo job, and it was my 8-year-old's first day at school, and it was quite a hectic day. I'll tell you about it once we get into the video. So anyway, because of what happened Monday, I didn't get to sit down and film on Monday, so today is Thursday. I'm finally getting to sit down, and I want to play with makeup. I just want to sit and hang out. So I just went on. It is Labor Day this weekend, and Moira is having a sale, and they actually I have one more new palette from them. It's new to me. It's not new to them. It's new to me palette, and this is the Magic Dreaming Moira Land series palette. So it's super cute packaging. They are so extra with their packaging. So this is what the inside looks like. And you get tickets, all their little details. So that's inside. It's got a little detail of Moira Land. So anyway, this is the palette. So super cute packaging, super textured. It's got these little glittery accents there, details. It's so cute. They put so much into it. And then when you open it up, it's admit one. So the mirror looks like a ticket. And then the insert, it has a little picture on it. So much detail goes into their packaging. And then here is the palette. Isn't that pretty? Oh, look at that blue, the purple. You know, obviously everything over here. And then the greens. Blue greens. This one looks really pretty. This pinkish purplish down here. And then you have some neutrals. So I bought this a while ago. I got it on sale, and now it is on sale again for this weekend for Labor Day. So I believe this is $14. They have a ton of palettes. I have only used this one. A Moment With You Letter Series palette. So I have this one. These are the only 2 palettes that I've used from them. They have so many palettes. And a majority of them are on sale right now. So I thought it'd be fun because I haven't used this and maybe you guys haven't seen it. So I thought I'd sit down and play with this palette. And then I have a couple of the cream shadows. So I have quite a few of the cream shadows left. I bought a bunch of stuff at once. So, I mean, there's so many. Oh, my lights are so bright. So many of these. And then I actually have a Star Show Shadow Pot from them. And that's what it looks like. So I haven't used that yet. And then I have 2 of the Supernova Multichrome Gel Liners. Waterproof and up to 12 hours. So I have the bluish purple one. And this is Buzz. And then I also have the purple one. So they are different but yet similar. And this one is called Zora. So I have those. I thought I'd play with them. Yeah. So if you want to see what I do with that stuff, then just keep watching. Just a little side note. So I was going through my foundations, and sometimes when I do videos like this, I'm not going anywhere. I'm like, oh, I want to sit down and like play with some of these foundations. So if you watched my foundation declutter video, I don't know, it's a while back, I had this Pacifica, a light clean foundation, and I had never used it, and I don't know why I never used it. Now, I figured I would try it. It is on my face. And then I used the Ordinary High Coverage Concealer. I love the Ordinary skincare products. So I was like, you know what? Let me try this again. So I tried those two products on my face. At first, I didn't like them. Now that everything has settled, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. You know, at first going on, I was like, oh, this is a little heavy, and I don't like heavy things on my face. So, you know, high coverage concealer just feels heavy on me. So at first I was like, eh. But the more I look at it, it actually looks really nice. So I'm not mad about it. And this is in Warm Light. Oh, hold on, let me turn it the right way. This is in Warm Light. So it went on really nice. It was kind of thick. I used the sponge at first, and then I was like, let me use my brush, and then I went back in with the sponge. So anyway, that's just a little side note. So let's get into this. I am so excited to play with this. I really like their last palette, the other one I just showed you. I really enjoyed it. So I have been waiting to get into this one to see how it is. Oh, I love to peel those off. So that was just a little piece over the mirror. The mirror's pretty nice. I tend to like to use, you know, a smaller mirror. You guys should know, if you've been here a while, you know, I'm going to probably go in with something over here in this section. I kind of want to see how that deep purple is, though. Like, do a purpley pink. So maybe something over here with, like, the purple and this pink. And then this one. That gold is pretty, too, though. And so is this. This is pretty. It's a really pretty palette. But I also have some of these, you know, single cream shadows. I don't know. Maybe that's too much for one video. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to go in with Best Ever. Just looks like a neutral. Nice neutral color. Let me see. Maybe I can use the mirror. I just don't want to get like this because I have a bad habit of that. And I'm going to pick that up on my Morphe E30 brush. Let's see. And I've set my eyes multiple times. So I have that concealer on there, and then went in with setting powder, and it looks like that concealer's creasing again, and I haven't had it on very long. But that shadow went on nicely. So let's do that. So anyway, sorry for the long introduction. I don't know what is going on with my life and why so many, like, weird things are happening. Things that I'm just like, come on. Now, granted, a little, you know, disclaimer. Things could have been a lot worse than they were, and I understand that. And I am so utterly thankful that the situation on Monday didn't turn out worse than, you know, what it already was. But it's those things that, like, freaked me out. So I'll just get right into it. You guys can just listen if you want to, you know. I don't know. If you don't, mute the video and watch the makeup. I don't know. That just sounds silly. Anyway, so buckle up, Buttercup, and let's listen. So Monday, you know, I'm at doo-doo job. I'm already like, ugh, whatever. Like, I hate this job. I hurried to get through my day, and I'm super excited because it was my 8-year-old's, like, first day of 3rd grade. And I'm like, it's Oliver's, my youngest, it's his first day going to the daycare, like, by himself, because he's used to seeing, you know, his big sister there. So it's just a little bit of change, you know, getting ready to happen. I think, I really wish they had, just offhand, I want to go in with some of these colors, but I really wish I I wish they had like a deeper color for the outer corner instead of just like the deep brown. They do have this deep purple, so maybe, because I was thinking those greens and blues, I don't know. I already went in with this brown. Let me see how this purple, I'm gonna go in with this one. I don't know. We're just playing. That's what's fun about it. Right? And I'm gonna pick that up on this Morphe M507 brush. So anyway, it's Oliver's, you know, first day there. So, you know, the morning's a little hectic, whatever. I'm at doo-doo job. I can't wait to get out of doo-doo job. Oh, that is so pretty. I can't wait to get out of doo-doo job and go get the kids. Like, it's like that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I'm at this place. That is really pretty. That has a lot of pigment to it. Yeah, just so you know. I need to brush that off a little bit. And let's see how we can buff that out a little bit. That is so pretty. It went on nicely. It doesn't look patchy. I'm gonna soften this edge a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with that other brush. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this, like storytelling and doing this at the same time. I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, get on with the story already. So anyway, I dropped them off. I'm at doo-doo job. I'm waiting to get out of doo-doo job. I'm like, whatever. I get out of doo-doo job early and I'm like, oh my goodness, what do? I can't go to the daycare because it was Hannah's first time riding a bus. She's never ridden a bus. I've always been around to take her to school, pick her up. That's just how it's always been. It's just worked out like that for me. So the kid has never ridden a bus, she's never rode a bus. So, you know, I'm kind of nervous about that, but I'm like, hey, I got out early. I can't go get her yet because I don't know what time she gets off of the bus to the daycare. And I'm like, I typically can't pick them up from the daycare until 3:30 because then they're done with like nap and snack and like all those things. So I don't want to be that disruptive parent, right? So I'm like, crap, it's early. I didn't expect this. I wanted to go pick her up from school, but I didn't because I was like, she needs to ride the bus. Like, we need to figure this out the first day, right? We talked to the teacher. She's like, I'll make sure she gets on the right bus. Fill out all the paperwork, know where she's going, let the school know where she's going. The daycare is literally 3 minutes down the road from the school. 3 minutes. If that. I'm like, it's literally right around the corner. Shouldn't have been a big deal. Teacher promised to get her where she needed to go. Whatever. I'm like, crap, what do? I decide, hey, I'm gonna go home and disinfect myself, take a shower, before I go get them. So I come home and I'm just like, you know, something feels off. Well, I just thought, okay, you just feel off because you're not used to being able to come home and clean up before you go get them. Because I'm not. I'm usually not. I'm gonna go in with Dreamland. And I'm going to pick that up on this Morphe M124 brush. I don't know why I showed you the bottom. So, I come home, I take a shower, and I'm just kind of like, and I'm kind of like lollygagging. Again, because I'm trying to like kill time until 3:30. So, I finally like hurry up, whatever. Get to the daycare, I go inside all excited to get the kids. I pick up Oliver, he's had a great day. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I go to get, you know, get them. They're in like the cafeteria room or whatever, and I'm like, hey, you know, yelling to the lady, and she doesn't hear me, and I'm like, hey. That went on so nice. So this is the director lady of the daycare. Oliver comes running up to me, whatever, right? So I get Oliver, he's running up to me, and the lady turns around finally, and she's like, oh, she's like, do you have Hannah? I was like, do I have Hannah? I said, no, you're supposed to have Hannah. And she was like, oh. And I was like, what do you mean, oh? I was like, we talked about this. You knew she was coming here. And she was like, you didn't pick Hannah up from school early? And I was like, no. She's like, I thought maybe you picked her up because it was first day. And I was like, what are you getting at? Where is Hannah? And she was like, I don't know. She's like, she never got off the bus. As soon as this freaking woman said this to me, everything inside of me just, it went, I like straight panic. Where the is my child? What do you mean she didn't get off the damn bus? Like, I snatch Oliver up and I take off and I'm texting my husband and I'm like, trying to, you know, get Oliver. I'm texting my husband and I'm calling the school, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they finally answered, because, you know, a lot of times they don't answer like after hours or whatever. And I'm like, please, I hope they answer the phone. I hope it's like not too late, you know, because buses are still going. Somebody needs to answer. So the woman finally answers, the secretary, and I'm like, hey, this is Hannah's mom, blah, blah, blah. Tell her the situation. I'm like, where's my child? She's not where she needs to be. You were supposed to get her there. And she's like, I heard them talking earlier. She's like, let me put you on hold. I'm like pure panicking. Now again, I'm only 3 minutes around the corner. It seems like it takes forever. Takes forever to get to 3 minutes around the corner. And my husband's trying to call me, and I'm like hanging up on him because I'm like, hey, you gotta hold on. I'm on hold like with the school or whatever. Like, I can't click over because I don't want to miss, you know, the secretary coming back to talk to me and whatnot. And, you know, so I text him back. I'm like, hey, I'm on the phone, you know, whatever. And he's like, I'm already on my way. And I was like, I'm already at the school. Like, go home and see if she, like, happened to ride the bus and got off, like, in our neighborhood for some, like, random reason. Because at this point, we don't know where she is. So the lady comes back on the phone, and she's like, yeah, so the principal's going to have to call around to the buses and see if she's on one of them. What? You don't even know she's on a gosh damn bus? You don't know where she is. You don't know. You don't know where she went from her class and what bus she got on, if she's even on a damn bus. The pure freaking panic inside of me as a parent to be like, one, the school doesn't know where she is, and two, the freaking daycare never called to tell me she didn't get off the bus. Absolute, like, a parent's, like, worst, like, you know what I mean? Like, your worst fear of, like, oh my gosh, where is my kid? So they come back on, and I'm like, I'm already outside. She's like, good, go ahead and come in. I come in, I bust in through that front door, and the damn principal and the secretary and the assistant principal are all sitting there, and they're just casually, like, just sitting there. And I'm like, where the hell is Hannah? What the hell, you guys? And the principal's like, oh, he's like, it's fine, we found her, she's on the right bus, it's just on the wrong route. And I was like, what do you mean she's on the right bus on the wrong route, blah blah blah? And he's like, oh, you know, she didn't get on the bus at the right time. And I'm like, what do you mean she didn't get on the bus at the right time? You were supposed to put her on the bus. You know she's never ridden a bus because I've always picked her up from school. I bring her to school and I pick her up, and you know that. This is such a tiny school, like, come on. He's like, oh, you know, it's okay. He's like, in 20-some years, I've never lost a kid, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you did today. What the hell do you consider this? Because when I call and you don't know where she is, I'm pretty sure that means she's lost. I was fucking livid. I was absolutely livid. And he's like, what's okay? She's on the right bus. She's just on the wrong route. And he's like, you know, it's the first day. And I was like, the first day? I was like, absolutely not. I am not taking that as an excuse. I mean, I was freaking losing my shit. I was losing my shit. I was freaking losing my shit. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Look, hold up. I'm all turned up. I'm sorry. This is the Cream Shadow in Neptune. Do you see how pretty that is? Now, I just picked that up on that same Morphe M124 brush. Right? Yeah. Yep. Didn't get it wet. I think it has a little bit of, damp. It's still a little damp from wetting it with the prior one, but oh my gosh, do you see how freaking pretty that is? Oh, look how pretty that is. That is like mermaid. That is like mermaid sparkle. Get some mermaid vibes right there. Oh, that is so pretty. So he's just trying to give me some shit about, oh, it's the first day, like that's an acceptable excuse. Like, I should be okay. I need to calm down. It's a first day. And the you know, assistant principal was like, well, she's on the right bus. And I'm like, she's not on the right bus. I was like, you know what's even worse? The damn daycare didn't even call me. You didn't know where she was, and the damn daycare didn't call me. Anyway, by the time it was such a doo-doo. Like, I had to go back to the daycare, and I let them have it because I had to go back over there to pick up Oliver's dirty stuff that I never got because I went running out of there. And, you know, I'm telling her, and I'm like, you didn't even call me. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So she profusely apologized. The friggin' school did not. Like, Hannah gets off the bus, and the principal's like, you were supposed to do this, and like telling her, and I'm like, no, you were supposed to. You're the damn adult. You swore you'd get her where she needed to go. She's never done this before. Like, I was ready to burn the freaking town down. Like, what if that, it could have been so much worse. You know, you start thinking those things, and I'm like, you go to the worst case scenario, you know, in your head. You're like, you know what I mean? So many things, when you're in that state of panic, so many things fly through your head and your mind. And you're like, oh my gosh, where is she? And I'm like, what if she got off at a stop? And, you know, what if she was just like, hey, I need to get off the bus. Like, let me just get off here because this kind of looks like where I'm supposed to get off. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. She's 8. And some 8-year-olds, you know, they're kids. They're not always observant. They're not always paying attention. They're not, you know what I mean? Like, thank the Lord my child is competent. And she was like, no, I wouldn't just get off the bus. She was like, I was riding around. And then she starts bawling at this point. And she's like, I was riding around and I didn't know where I was. She's like, and I just kept hoping that the next stop was my stop, and it wasn't my stop. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I'm crying, she's crying, everybody's crying. So, you know, emotions were flying high. Things were said. It was not good. I was mad. Things were flying through my mind. I'm like, this could happen to another kid that might not be so smart. And I was like, Hannah, would you have come home? And she was like, no, I want to come home. And I was like, why not? And she was like, because nobody would have been here to let me in. And then I would have been standing outside. So, you know, she is competent enough to know that. She was competent enough to know, like, hey, I can't go home. I shouldn't go home. You know, I'll stay on the bus and go back to school. Like, I don't know. I never thought, I don't know. It could have been terrible. I'm going to go in with It's Magical. And I'm just so glad that it was not. You know? I think I want to go in with that under here. So when I got home Monday, I was like, there was no sitting down to like do makeup. It was too much for me. I was like, this is too much for me. I was like, I'm so angry right now. I was like, my whole schedule has changed. I'm working this shitty job. My kid got lost, like, briefly. Thankfully, it wasn't worse than that. Like, it just, it turned into, you know, woe was me. I'm going to go with this color here, called Ferris Wheel. And I'm going to pick that up on the other side of this AOA Studio F16 brush. That's what I just used for that pink color. So, you know, that is why nothing got done on Monday. This one's a little dusty. I don't think that was the best brush for that, so hold on. Let me see. I'm going to pick that up on this Blend Bunny brush. And pick up a little bit more of that It's Magical, the pink color. Bring that under a bit. Just do a nice little pastel situation. I mean, you can go back in with that deeper purple color that I used on the outer corner, and I think I'm going to. So I'm going to go with this AOA Studio E115 brush. I'm going to go into that fireworks color, that first color out here, and I'm going to stamp that. That is there. Let me see. I kind of want to go up here a bit. Oh, that is so pretty. Everything is applying so nice. So Hannah's okay. I ended up emailing her teacher, and I was like, hey, just so you know, you told, because she told my husband at open house, like, hey, we'll make sure she gets where she has to go. I'll take her to the bus thingy, blah, blah, blah. She writes back some bullshit about, oh, I can imagine how stressful that was in that time period. She's like, but I do car line this year, so I'll make sure Mrs. So-and-so gets her where she needs to go, as well as I'm sure admin will too. And I'm like, excuse me, like, no sorry, no, oh my goodness, you know, nothing, like, no, nothing. I'm not really sure how to proceed. You know, obviously I called my parents. My dad's like, call the newspaper, like, tell the superintendent. And he's all mad, you know, and upset, understandably so. It's his grandkid, you know, I'm mad. And I'm just like, and then I'm like, at this point, like, I am so thankful, like, it was not a worse situation. Like, that is what it comes down to. Like, I'm so glad she's safe. I'm so glad it didn't turn into something else. Like, she didn't just get dropped off somewhere, because the bus driver wouldn't have asked. The bus driver didn't even know who she was. The bus driver wasn't like, oh, you don't belong on this bus, this isn't where you're going. The bus driver just said, where are you going? The school doesn't tag the kids. It's not like they have little tags on that are like, oh, this is where I go after school. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you should think about that for the first day. Oh, I'm still so mad. But I'm like, I'm trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to explode and make an irrational decision about how to proceed. I mean, I feel like, again, thank goodness this didn't turn out worse than, you know, it didn't turn into like a worse situation, thankfully, but I don't want this to happen to another kid that might not have as much common sense, you know? Like, what if that was a kindergartner who didn't know? You know, yeah, she's, you know, my daughter's in 3rd grade. It's her first time riding the bus. She had no clue, but, you know, what if it is a little kid that has no idea? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So anyway, I picked up the cream shadow. Does that say Starlight? And I'm putting that on the inner corner, but I'm going to get it wet because it's not doing what I want. So that was my Monday, you know, and then Tuesday I was still fired up about it. Wednesday I went to doo-doo job. And then today things were shut down because of the tropical storm, you know, stuff. So they were concerned about flooding. So school got canceled, daycare was closed. My good job closed, so we got a day off today. So we worked on the fence today. We're almost done. We have 9 more sections to do with the pickets, and then we are done. I think I want to go in with Zora, and I'm going to put that in my lower waterline, but you're going to have to hold on because I can't see, so hold on. So that is what it's supposed to look like. Like, it's got a little bit of a shift to it. I don't necessarily think, let me zoom in a little more, I don't necessarily think that's gonna pick up like that in my waterline, but look how pretty that is. That went on so nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to the other eye. Purple and blue. Now what do I want to do? I kind of want to use some of this green. I have these other blues in here. I also have this pink color, Pluto. Got this darker green, Mercury. So I've got a darker green. I'll try that. Let's go in with It's a Date. And I'm going to use that Morphe E13 brush. And listen, I don't know what I've picked up from this facility. There's so many things going around, and I'm like, I feel like I've been fighting this for weeks. I feel like I started to get better, and then it went downhill from there. Just super congested. Ooh, maybe I should do a halo eye. I don't know. Yeah, that concealer is creasing on me. It's like a nice light, like milk chocolatey brown color. I also have this deep blue called Eclipse. That's pretty too. Like, I don't know, typically with a green, I feel like I want something to play in deeper to this, or even like this green, but I'm not necessarily feeling like I want to do a brown. I want to see what this color looks like, this carnival color. I And I'm picking that up on this Blend Bunny B4 brush. And I'm going to put that color out here. I don't know. I'm stippling that on because it is a shimmer color. Maybe there's some purple in there. Oh, my contact. Woo! Ooh. And then I'm just having trouble with, you know, like the daycare. You know, Ollie was upset that day when I dropped him off, like that first Monday. He was upset when I dropped him off. He was mad. And he's like, oh no, you brought me here again. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, like, you know, you have to come here, you know, this, that, and the other. And he gets all ticked off, whatever. And so I drop him off. And we're sitting in car line at the school, you know, Hannah and I. And she's like, maybe it's because they yell at him. And I was like, they what? And she's like, maybe it's because they yell at him. And I was like, what do you mean they yell at him? And she's like, oh, well, the other day we were in the lunchroom, you know, the cafeteria or whatever. She's like, and Ollie was grabbing himself. And I was like, hey, buddy, you got to go potty? And she's like, and he was like, yeah. And I guess a teacher overheard her talking to him. And he was like, yeah. And she's like, ah, and we already talked about this. You're going to have to wait. And I'm like, what? How do you tell a 3-4-year-old that's potty training, like, they have to wait to go to the bathroom when they know there's a bathroom, like, right there? So I'm like, what in the world, blah, blah, blah. So you know, I'm all irritated by that. You know, Hannah telling me that morning, and I'm like, what in the goodness name? Like, come on. That's pretty. I don't know. I think I'm getting ready to fudge this whole look up, but let's do it. I want to go in this color mood, and I'm going to pick that up on this Morphe M124 brush. Kat, I do not know what you were doing underneath of me. So, you know, we have this whole to-do, and, you know, I pick Oliver up. Like I said, when I picked him up and was going to pick Hannah up, I had to go back to the school to pick up his dirty clothes, because apparently Monday he had peed his pants, and I'm like, what is going on? He hasn't wet his pants for, like, he's been there now a month, and I think he only wet his pants like the first day or two he was there, and he hasn't since. And now he has a new teacher, and supposedly somebody is telling him he can't go to the bathroom. What? And now he's wetting himself? So, you know, I had to deal with that. I had to have words with him when I went in the next day, and I was like, I'm not really sure what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And then the lady's like, oh, well, we have this whole routine. It's not that we're telling him he can't go to the bathroom, you know, but we have a whole system. And I said, well, you know, you can't really tell a 3-4-year-old that they have to wait. I said, and I find it kind of funny that now all of a sudden he is peeing his pants. So he must be doing something. Whether it's the new teacher or what, I don't really know. I don't know. So I think I'm going to clean that brush off. So it's just been a hectic week. I am going to go in with Pluto, which is this pinky cream shadow. And it's more or less like these shadows are applying very nice. Everything's applying very well. I'm not getting like transfer up into here. I just really want to play with as many of these as I can to kind of give you guys an idea, especially with them having a sale this weekend. And I think these cream shadows are on sale. Excuse me. I'm going to get this wet. Per usual, my Morphe setting spray. I think these cream shadows are on sale for like $5.60 or 36 or 63 or something like that. $5 and some change. I'm gonna blend that over top. So I'm just having a moment. I feel like ever since picking up some more of that mood color. You know, it's just hard as a mom. I'm like dealing with starting this new job. My schedule's changed. The kids' schedules have changed. And I feel like they're all suffering because of that. Like things that normally wouldn't have ever happened to them are now happening to them. And I feel awful. So it has taken me some time to get here to sit down. But everybody's good. We're not dwelling on it. You know, I'm getting a little mad telling you guys about it now. I'm getting turned up. but I'm not like going on and on about it in front of the kids and things. That is really pretty. So I think that looks really nice. Like everything looks really nice. Everything's applying nicely. You know, it's a little different. I don't normally use like shimmery shadows out here, but I think it works for what I was looking for. So I think I'm gonna go in with this Yay color down here, this deep chocolatey color. And I'm gonna pick that up on this Morphe M506 brush. And I wanna pick it up lightly because I feel like it's gonna be a little deeper. It does have quite a bit of pigment to it. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't want to make it difficult on myself to have to blend it out so much. And I'm going to bring some of that up here to this upper portion. I thought that was going to work better. Let me pick up this A Lamar brush, just a flat definer brush, and I'm going to pick up that Yay color with that. I'm just going to stipple some of that on. I'm going to do something I typically don't do. I'm going to go in with this color up here. I don't usually use, I mean, on occasion, I prefer a shimmer in my inner corner. But I'm going to go in with that matte color. It's called Midnight Fun. Like that. It's probably throwing you guys off. So that's what that looks like. Here's what that looks like. I kind of want to use this, but I'm not so sure it's the color combo I want to use in that eye. Let me see. It's the outside ones. I did it twice because I went over the one. So it's like blue, purple, but it looks brown down here. I don't know. Let me do it. I'm going to put that on the inner waterline. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to pick up like I was thinking. I pull it down, but that's kind of gross. So we're not going to do that. I used the green one and I really liked it with doing a really light look on the eye and then using this as a wing liner. That turned out really nice. That's probably what I would do with these. I'm not really going to use them too much on the inner or the lower waterline. I did also use the green one day down here because I had an eyeshadow look. And I was like, oh, that'd be nice, but it wasn't for the multi-chrome effect. I think I just used it for the color because it was more green and I wanted something green in my waterline. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. I have these new lashes, so I've decided, like I'm always like, oh, I put these lashes on, but I don't show you guys the lashes. I need to show you before I put them on. So my daughter, the oldest one, gave me these doll look lashes, fluffy clusters, full curls. It says they're new. They're by Ardell. It says eye opening. These are Bambi. So I think I'm going to cut these, trim them and put those on. And then I'm going to do some mascara and some lip stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. I went ahead and put those lashes on. I didn't do anything else. I used, I've been using this Scandal Eyes mascara by Rimmel Volume Flash Mascara. It's waterproof because I put a lot of oil and stuff on my face in the morning, like oils and lotions and whatever, and I noticed that like I was getting like midday a lot of transfer down here from mascara, so I switched to this and it's been doing pretty good. I went ahead and I was trying to use this Smashbox lip liner in Frenchie, and I was trying to use that and I was like, okay, this isn't working. It's like really dried out. So I switched it up and went ahead and went in with this MAC Dervish. So I used that and I was like, why not? We're gonna use the Pink Frost Milani lipstick. That is what this is. I was like, oh, feeling like a 90s Barbie doll. It is super bright. So anyway, let me go ahead and close my eyes so you can see. And I'm going to zoom out. So it's definitely bright, the lipstick, but it's alright. It's alright for right now. I don't know. It's a bit much. It's kind of fun though, so I'm not mad about it. I absolutely love this. Like, I am so in love with this. Moira Magic Dreaming. You know, by itself, I don't think I quite accomplish the looks that I would normally want to do. Like I was saying, I wish there was some deeper tones for like the mattes, because I feel like I gravitate more towards like a darker matte on the outer corner. Now again, there is the dark brown, and then there is this fireworks color, and that worked over here, and I wanted to use some more shimmer. But I think when I was going in more with like the greens or the blues, I was kind of like, I wish there was something else. But I have so many palettes, it's not a big to-do for me, just for the purpose of this video and being like, hey, showing you this palette, if you were looking at this palette to be like, hey, that's my like one and only, or this is something I was going to start with, that would be my only caveat to it, is that I'm looking for like a darker like matte green or something of that nature. Otherwise, I love how everything performed. I can obviously pull another palette and get something darker like that. But I used this color over here, and that's not typically what I would do, but it went on really nice, and it actually worked for the look. So it is very versatile in that sense. Does that make sense? Like, I'm being a little nitpicky, being like, hey, I wish there was a darker green matte or something along those lines. But it's okay. It's just, I had a lot of colors here. I had a lot of things that I was like, oh, I want to use a lot of things. So maybe it was just that. Otherwise, I could come up with looks using just this. Like, you come up with a nice neutral look using these four over here, like this quad. You could go over here and use, I guess for me, that's it. I want like a gradient effect sometimes, and I just want a darker color to complement like these two. Otherwise, you have this you could put out there. But again, there's this deeper purple and there's this deeper chocolate. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. Like for me, if I was to give this a con, that's what it would be. Is I just wish there was a darker matte to complement those colors. Otherwise, this color, this color, this color could work together. These two colors could work together. You could do a little bit of that on the outer corner. Like there's other looks you could do with it. Everything applied so nice. Like nothing is transferring. Like I'm not getting any transfer up here. I'm not getting any creasing so far. I did use my wedding spray for some of them, but I think that was more so the cream shadows. Did I wet this one? But again, that was a cream shadow, isn't it? Pretty sure that was this one. So anyway, I love these, and like I said, these liners, I do have the green one. I really like it, but again, I think it's just going to be best use, the best use for me is going to be if I do it over top of like a nice neutral look. That way, this is the highlight of the eye look. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's what I would do with these. They go on really nice. I just don't think I get the effect. Like I would use them if I want that color down here, but not so much to be like, oh, I'm going to put that in my lower waterline to get that multi-chrome effect, because you're not really going to see that too much. Even me moving around here like looking at it, I don't get it. So anyway, I really like it, and they're having a sale this weekend, so hopefully you can go over, hop on their website and see if you can find some things that you like. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Sorry if the story time turned out to be like duty time. I don't know. It was just super stressful, and I don't ever want my videos to come off as that. I was just merely explaining to you why. There's a little lapse in my content coming out and what the delay is for that. So it was stressful. It was stressful. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whenever you're watching this.